Today we are digging into one of the biggest controversies in automotive history. It's a story of genius, war, and a lawsuit that took decades to settle. But first, let's start with a trivia question about the price of inspiration. Ferdinand Porsche is credited with designing the Beetle, but he was accused of copying the design from the Czech Tatra T97. In the 1960s, how much did Volkswagen pay to finally settle the lawsuit? Was it A, 100,000 marks, B, 500,000 marks, C, 3 million marks, D, they never paid anything? If you answered C, 3 million marks, you are correct. In 1965, Volkswagen paid Tatra a settlement of 1 million Deutsche Marks, though some sources cite a figure as high as 3 million to finally close the book on a patent dispute that had started before World War II. It was a quiet admission that the people's car might have had a Czech father. This is the story of the Tatra T97 and the shadow it casts over the Beetle. The genius of Hans Ledwinka. To understand this story, we have to look east to Czechoslovakia and a company called Tatra. In the 1930s, Tatra was building some of the most advanced cars on the planet, led by their brilliant chief engineer, Hans Ledwinka. Ledwinka was a pioneer of streamlining. He believed cars should be aerodynamic, efficient, and innovative. In 1936, he unveiled the Tatra T97. It was a smaller, more affordable version of their large luxury limousines, and its specs will sound incredibly familiar to any Volkswagen fan. The T97 had a rear-mounted, air-cooled four-cylinder boxer engine. It had a central backbone chassis, it had independent suspension, and most importantly, it had a rounded Beetle-like shape with a sloping front hood and a curved rear engine cover. It looked remarkably like the car Ferdinand Porsche was developing in Germany at the exact same time. Porsche and Ledwinka, peers and rivals. Ferdinand Porsche and Hans Ledwinka weren't strangers. They were contemporaries and friends. They met frequently at auto shows and engineering conferences to discuss their work. Porsche famously admitted to looking over Ledwinka's shoulder for inspiration. When Adolf Hitler commissioned Porsche to build the people's car, he gave him a set of impossible requirements. It had to be fast, spacious, durable, and incredibly cheap. Porsche struggled to meet these demands until he looked at what Ledwinka was doing. The similarities between the Tatra T97 and the prototype Volkswagen Beetle were undeniable. They shared the same engine layout, the same cooling system design, the same chassis backbone, and the same silhouette. The T97 was essentially a Beetle before the Beetle existed, just slightly larger and more expensive. The lawsuit and the invasion. In 1938, as the KDF wagon was being finalized, Tatra lodged a formal protest. They sued Porsche for infringing on 10 different patents, ranging from the engine cooling shroud to the suspension design. Porsche was reportedly worried. He knew he had borrowed heavily from Ledwinka's designs and was prepared to settle. However, he had a powerful patron, Adolf Hitler. Hitler had also seen the Tatra cars. He admired them, calling the larger Tatra 87 the car for my Autobahns, but he didn't like the idea of a Czech company competing with his state-sponsored people's car. When Porsche brought the lawsuit to his attention, Hitler reportedly told him not to worry about it, saying he would settle the matter. He did. In 1938, Germany invaded the Sudetenland and shortly after occupied the rest of Czechoslovakia. The Nazis seized the Tatra factory. One of their first orders was to stop production of the T97 immediately. The lawsuit was thrown out, the competition was eliminated by force, and the Volkswagen Beetle became the only game in town. The Czech secret weapon. There is a dark irony to this story. While the T97 was killed off to save the Beetle, its big brother, the Tatra 87, continued production for a while. It was a high-speed luxury cruiser capable of 100 miles per hour. Nazi officers loved the Tatra 87. It was faster and more comfortable than their own cars. However, it was also dangerous. The heavy rear engine made it prone to snap oversteer if driven recklessly in corners. So many German officers crashed and died in Tatras that the Allied forces jokingly referred to it as the Czech secret weapon. Eventually, Hitler had to ban his own officers from driving them to stop the casualties. The post-war reckoning after World War II, Volkswagen rose from the ashes and conquered the world. But Tatra didn't forget. In the 1960s, with the war long over and Volkswagen selling millions of cars in America, the Czech company refiled their lawsuit. This time, there was no dictator to make it go away. The evidence was overwhelming. The backbone chassis, the air cooling shrouds, and the engine placement were clearly derived from Ledwinka's patents. In 1965, Volkswagen decided to settle out of court rather than drag the case through a public trial that would damage their reputation. They paid Tatra a substantial sum, 1 million Deutsche Marks, roughly equivalent to nearly $30 million today. When adjusted for inflation, it was a huge victory for Tatra, but a quiet one. Conclusion. So, did Porsche steal the Beetle? Steal might be a strong word, but heavily borrowed is an understatement. The Beetle is undoubtedly a masterpiece of engineering, but it stands on the shoulders of Hans Ledwinka. The settlement was a tacit admission that the most popular car in history owed its existence to a Czech rival that was silenced by war. When you look at a Beetle today, you are seeing the ghost of the Tatra T97, the car that was too good for its own survival.